Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we are unpacking a political shakeup that has left more than a few jaws on the floor in Pretoria. President Cyril Ramaphosa has just taken a bold, some would even say ruthless, decision to completely reconfigure the Interim Preparatory Task Force, the body that was meant to organize South Africa's first ever national convention. And trust me, this isn't just another committee reshuffle. This move cuts to the heart of South Africa's political drama, and it's sending shockwaves through government corridors. So what exactly happened? Well, the task force, known as the PTT, was set up with the ambitious goal of preparing for a national convention that would gather voices from across the political spectrum, civil society, and community organizations to address some of the country's most urgent challenges. It was supposed to be a space for dialogue and solutions. But according to insiders, it turned into something closer to a reality TV feud, without the cameras but with all the drama. Reports say the PTT was paralyzed by factional infighting. Power struggles, clashing personalities, and members more interested in public grandstanding than actual work. Some were even accused of actively undermining progress. And while these tensions simmered behind closed doors for months, the situation recently reached boiling point. That's when the president stepped in. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Ramaphosa didn't just scold them or call for a mediation session. He took a political broom and swept out the dysfunction. Members who had been obstructing progress. Gone. The new lineup includes young leaders, fresh civil society voices, and seasoned political veterans. The aim is to create a team that can actually work together without turning every meeting into a contest of who can roll their eyes the hardest. In private, sources say the president sees this convention as more than a talk shop. He reportedly called it a turning point for South Africa's democratic renewal, emphasizing the need for urgency, unity, and integrity. The stakes are high. The convention is meant to address deep political divisions, rebuild trust in government, tackle inequality, and set the tone before the 2026 elections. And let's be honest, South Africa could use some of that unity right now. With service delivery protests flaring up, unemployment figures still stubbornly high, and public confidence in government institutions near record lows, the National Convention could be a rare opportunity to change the narrative. But only if it's done right. Of course, not everyone is clapping for Ramaphosa's necessary cleanup. Some political observers think the timing is suspicious. Why now, and why so suddenly? Is this a genuine attempt to fix a failing project, or is it political posturing ahead of the 2026 elections? After all, nothing in politics happens without an eye on the polls. And then there's the question of whether the new task force will fare any better. Can you really replace entrenched political habits with a few new faces? South African politics has a long history of committees starting with grand visions only to dissolve into yet another alphabet soup of acronyms nobody remembers. The success of this new PTT will depend on whether its members can actually prioritize the work over their personal political ambitions. Ramaphosa's move is also a signal to anyone thinking of slowing down his broader political agenda. He is willing to act, and act decisively. Some will see this as the president finally showing a tougher side. Others will call it an overreach, using the power of his office to settle internal disputes his own allies couldn't control. Either way, it shows he is no longer prepared to let internal squabbles embarrass his administration in full public view. It's worth noting that this national convention, if successful, could be one of the most significant political gatherings in the country since the negotiations of the early 1990s. That's a big claim, but it's not entirely far-fetched. Bringing together political parties, business leaders, activists, and ordinary citizens to hash out a way forward could reset the national mood. On the other hand, if the convention flops, it could be remembered as yet another grand political promise that went nowhere, a talk shop 2.0, as some critics are already calling it. From the outside, The shakeup might look like a clean-cut leadership decision, but on the inside, there's plenty of drama. Some ousted members feel humiliated and sidelined. A few have hinted to the press that they might tell their side of the story, which in South African politics usually means brace yourself for leaked WhatsApp chats, mysterious voice notes, and anonymous tip-offs to journalists. You can almost hear investigative reporters warming up their laptops. So, will this reconfigured task force deliver the renewal South Africa desperately needs? Or will it be yet another cautionary tale about how political egos can derail even the best-laid plans? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, President Ramaphosa has raised the stakes. He's made it clear that the convention will happen, and it will be led by people who can actually work together. Whether that's political genius or a calculated gamble, we'll find out soon enough. This story is far from over. In the weeks ahead, we'll be watching for signs of how the new PTT operates, whether the infighting really is over, and if the public begins to see this as a turning point or just another round of political theater. What do you think? Did the president make the right call in cleaning house, or is this a dangerous overstep? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy these deep dives into South Africa's political landscape, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video so more people can join the conversation. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, we'll keep you posted as the story develops. See you next time.